Did I get the time wrong? I don't know. I thought she said to be here at 6 Mountain Time, but maybe I got the time wrong. I sometimes I do that. I can't wait to tell her about my audition that I had today. I think she'll be so proud of me. And I want to tell her about the things I've been writing down. And oh, I just hope I don't forget. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
because that would just be
hey,
oh.
Kevin. I'm sorry I
Hi,
was late.
Macy.
Hey, I'm sorry I was
So good to
late.
see you.
Good to see you too. I'm just gonna, it's so good to see you. I'm so excited for tonight's interview.
Me too. I've been thinking about it the past couple days.
How have you been since our last coaching session?
Oh, well, I've been really trying to take in what you said and just trying to tell myself that I didn't do anything wrong with my breakup, and I've been trying to write stuff down to make myself feel better and tell myself like the good qualities about me, and that's been helping me, but to be honest, I'm still having some thoughts about the past that I can't seem to get over.
Yeah, I know. So I know you texted me yesterday
Mm-hmm.
that exactly that it was kind of hard to um, feel confident moving forward. Like, really, I get that when you've had a breakup, it can be really hard to bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
And so tonight I thought we could focus on that, like focus on um, helping you. Because, I mean, what do you think the hardest part about all that is?
I just feel like the hard part is like when I meet another roach or another butterfly or praying mantis or grasshopper or whatever, then I'm not gonna trust them and I'm gonna be scared that they're just gonna leave me too. And so that's the hard part is figuring out how I'm gonna be able to trust another bug.
Wow. Okay, that gave me a lot of information. I didn't even know that you dated outside of your cockroach species. That's interesting. And yeah, so if you're watching out there, I just want to share this is Kevin, the cockroach. We've been doing some coaching together, and right now we're talking about how to bounce back after a breakup, but also it sounds like you would like to really be able to get some tips on how to trust yourself in moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a major thing because, you know, the last the last lady ladybug, she wasn't a ladybug, but she was a lady and a bug. Um uh she just really surprised me cuz I thought everything was fine. I thought everything was going along great, and then bam, she said that she didn't want to move forward. So I just feel really skeptical about the next roach or the next other bug.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Here, I'm going to change the view a little bit so that you can be in the spotlight.
Oh,
Um,
I love the spotlight.
yeah, well, okay, so tell me about that. Like, what is coming up for you around that? Because I know that for many of my clients, one of the hardest things can be is okay, you know, how do you know what to, how do you know if there's a good one? Tell me about some of the things that have been coming up for you around that.
Well, I'm pursuing my acting career, and so I it's really hard, especially during a pandemic, to get auditions and to stay focused, and it's not the same because we can't perform live anymore, but it's really important for me to find someone that supports my art and wants to see me perform and ask me questions about it and is really interested in what I like to do.
Yes. Okay. So, tell me a little bit about like in your past relationship, what was it that um kind of confused you? Because sometimes I think it's helpful to look back and say, all right, well, what was working? Because when a relationship doesn't work, then it can be easy to think, okay, well, what did I do wrong? Did I say something? Did I do something? What did you know about this relationship that was working? And what are you aware of now that might have given you some insight on what wasn't working?
Well, she was a very funny roach. One of the fun I've ever met, to be quite honest. And she's not even in the entertainment business. She was just very witty, and so I really liked that about her. And she was a lot of fun to talk to. And but I feel like now that I mean, she had like a good job, She had a really good job, and she was working really hard. And also something that people might know is that, well, we really like other animals, and she had a pet dog, and the dog was really nice, and so I liked that about her. And and she was fun to like spend time with, to eat dinner with. And also she liked to work out just like I do. She also liked to go for runs in Central Park, so that was also something that we had in common. But there was other things I think I kind of overlooked, like she told me that even though I wrote her that rap, that she was like, I don't need to see you ever rap live or perform it live because I read your text message. And that I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm trying to pursue this, as a career. And if you don't want to see me perform live, then that hurts my feelings. That hurts my feelings.
Yeah, that's actually a really good awareness. I love that you shared that. So, in having that experience, what what is it that you're recognizing that is showing you for your next relationship? Like when you think about that, like what would you love to actually have?
Oh, well, I would love to have, a bug or a roach, or whoever that just is like excited about what I do,
Yeah.
and they want to come to my shows, and they want to support me. And if I get a job where we have to go somewhere else and live somewhere else, that they would be like, "I'm going to go. I don't care where it is. I just want to be with you." That's really important to me. So it's shown me that I have to be with someone that likes to take risk, and I have to be with someone that's interested, not all the things, but some of the things that I'm interested in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's really great. I mean, one of the things that I like tell my coaching clients is that it is really important to kind of check in on those values and what it is that really matters to you. And sometimes when you have an experience with someone, And I know it was really painful for you to meet someone who then seemed interested and then wasn't. But how can you leverage this to give you more information about what it is that really matters to you? And it sounds like you need someone who can be present with you in the spotlight when you're in the spotlight and support you in creating something more. I'd be curious, like, what are some of your bigger dreams that matter to you? What are your values?
Well, some of my dreams, one of them is I really, 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 really would like to book a national commercial for Raid. That would be that
Mm.
would be amazing because everybody knows Raid, and that would mean the world to me if I could book a national commercial. That would make me so happy. I would be so excited about that. So that's one thing from like a career standpoint. And also I personally, I mean I really would like to get married. I really would like to have a person that I could spend the rest of my life with, and I feel like that's a dream that it's taken me a long time to realize it, but I know that that's what I want.
I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh. You just got a comment from the audience that said, Kevin, you would be amazing in a Raid commercial.
Oh, oh, thank you so much. That
Yeah.
means the world to me. I've auditioned so many times for them, and it hasn't happened yet. So that means a lot.
Yeah. So that's exciting. So, yeah, thank you. So, if anyone is out there in the audience and has a commercial, has a question about love and dating, please feel free to comment because we can include it in this discussion. So, I know that ultimately, it all of this can be really it can kind of erode the trust we have in ourselves about, okay, well, I thought this person was great, and now looking back I can see where there were some things that didn't match up, but it still can make it hard to move forward. Where are you in that? Where are you in terms of your readiness for moving forward?
Oh, that's a really good question, Macy. I feel so conflicted because I there's parts of me that are like, well, she just wasn't the right person for me, and there's other I feel kind of confused, I think is where I'm at, because there's parts of me that are like, well, she wasn't she wasn't right for me, and it wasn't a match, and there is someone else. But then there's other times where I feel really scared. I feel scared to put myself back out there, like I'm on this dating app I think I told you last time called Lovebug, but I don't even know if I should be on it right now because I feel so confused.
Yeah, yeah. So is it the confusion that you're just not sure who to even lean towards because of what happened?
Yeah, I think I'm scared to like put myself back out there
Yeah.
with cuz I have like the fear of the rejection, you know? Some of my previous experiences, just to give you more info, like sometimes I've been able to tell right away if they're just not good for me. If they're not good. It's been very clear. I'm like, "Oh, well, this isn't going to work. No way. No way." But this one was kind of tricky because, like I said, I mean, maybe she should be an actress because she really put one on me and made me
Wow.
think.
Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. I know. I actually can relate. I've been there before too. And it's really hard because one of the things that I think is so amazing about love is that you want to be able to like dive in and just open your heart and let it feel sort of out of control and fun. And then when it doesn't work, then that kind of rejection can feel even more painful because you've given yourself to that person, which is interesting because we just had a comment. Why is it so hard to let go of a relationship, even if it's not a match? And I mean, yeah, I mean that's one of those things where I would say there is, there's the emotional piece, and then there's kind of owning your life and making the choice for something else. And that may be annoying to hear, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is that just because you really like someone and you have this amazing experience with someone doesn't mean that they have the same capacity as you. And it sounds like for you, Kevin, that you had the space to create something in your life, and yet she could only go so far. And she had her own anxieties and her own insecurities that stopped her from meeting you where you were. And I also want to say that, yeah, the disappointment is real, and it does require just acknowledging that there was something that you really wanted that then was stopped. And so are you willing to just acknowledge right now how much that experience shows you that relationship does matter to you?
Yeah. Yeah. I really do think after that experience that it is what I want, because like I said before, and normally we go out and, get some scraps, some pizza scraps off the ground, and I cooked her dinner, and that's like, I've never cooked anybody dinner, so that alone, I'm like, I know I want to be with a bug that's in it to win it,
Yeah. Yeah. And at the same time, like, just even knowing that, it's like, okay, well, I know that this is something that matters to me, which is huge. I mean, I'm looking at the question, why is it so hard to let go of a relationship, even if it's not a match? I mean, at a certain point, it is a choice and it's a point of view. If we're like on this, if we're like clamping onto, oh my God, it's so hard to let go, it's so hard to let go, then that's the only thing we can have. It becomes a space of possibility when you can say, okay, like, what is this experience showing me, and what would I ultimately love, and being the advocate for that. Because I know just from talking to you that it's pretty clear that you definitely, from having that experience with her, what was her name, by the way? I didn't even ask you.
Oh, her name was Jenny.
Uh-oh, it cut out. What?
Jenny the rope.
Jenny. So your experience with Jenny showed you that, one, you need someone who is physically fit, has a sense of humor, and that really lights you up.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
big time.
yeah, and it's also pretty clear that with your own visions and dreams and values that you need someone who can be open to change. And it didn't seem like Jenny had that in her.
No, it really didn't. Like I said, I mean, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but like, I feel like she also had told me, like she has a hard time taking risks, and she said like, I like moving somewhere, like, I've told her about other places I would want to go, like Colorado or like California, and she was like, "Oh, that would be so hard for me. That would be so hard for me to pump." She said, "It would be so hard for me to pump myself up to take that kind of a risk."
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and you know what? When you're telling me that, I want to just share with you and everyone else who's watching that relationship is a risk. I mean, putting
Mm-hmm.
yourself out there like that, it is one of those things. Anything that deals with the heart, all of these heart matters are requiring a certain level of risk, and it's one of those things that when you choose that and remind yourself that you are the most powerful being, and frankly, you're a cockroach. I don't know if there's anything more resilient than a cockroach. They say that even in like a nuclear blast, there will still be cockroaches, right? I don't know. I make that up? Maybe, but the resilience that you
Mm-hmm.
have is
No, it's just true.
yeah. So so being able to still continue to make the choices for you. And if you want a relationship and you know that you'd love to have someone to make dinner for, to crawl around the sewers to gather up pizza scraps, then that is what you get to be an advocate for. And knowing that, ultimately, with the right mindset and tools and healing that you and I have done together, that you can open up to something amazing. And how was this relationship with Jenny the exact gift and uh, magic needed for you to ultimately get to the roach female of your dreams?
Yeah, I really like that a lot. I really like that. I don't have to stop being myself to find someone. I feel like is what you're saying. I have to keep putting it out there that these are the things I like, these are the things that I want, and it's possible to find that.
Yeah, and I also will say that the key is it does take time. So with you
Mhm.
and Jenny, I mean, and I'm not saying it has to take a ton of time, but it does take a little time to get to know someone. And
Mhm.
when you spent time with her over time, you got to learn where she kind of stops, but also what it is that she can be, do, or have.
Mhm.
And it sounds like she just kind of stepped out, which is painful. But
Mhm.
for those of you who are listening, this is not about going on a first date and having some ability to know instantly, is this the one? I mean, love at first sight is only real if over time you learn that it was real. Like, it's not something that I would have as an expectation. It's really more about what can you do in each moment that is fun for you, and continue to engage with the person and with your life in ways that work for you. And at a certain point, it sounds like Jenny realized she couldn't do it. And that may be you at some point, Kevin, too. So there's also that part. I think rejection is a tricky thing, because oftentimes we start operating after something like this with the defenses that keep coming up, like, I can't be rejected, I can't be rejected. But when you do that, you basically are taking yourself out of the relationship, and then no one can see you. Are you willing to be so bold as to bring yourself into engaging with someone, knowing that you're resilient, knowing that there's nothing more powerful than you, and being able to choose for you being in love with your life and being open to creating that with someone?
Yeah, I think when you put it into that perspective, yes. If I have that mindset, then my answer is yes. Does that make that kind of changes the way that I look at things, or the way that I would normally look at things? And it's very helpful to look at it from a different view.
Yeah. Okay, so we got some comments. Someone says the hardest part is not to hold on to the fantasy and live in a feeling of scarcity that no one else may become available. That's really, I totally hear you. And so, in response to that, I would say, really, that becomes part of your mindset. So, are you willing to really trust that if you have that desire, which, Kevin, I know you do, the desire to share life with another roach or any other bug, right? So you're open to other
Yeah.
bugs. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You are, yeah, open to any bug. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to limit that. So you're open to any bug, and that, that when you have that desire, that already means that there is some bug for you. So for those of you listening, I know it's mostly humans. For those of you listening, if you have the desire, your person is out there. So there's no such thing as scarcity. There are millions. There's like something like, I don't even know. I think it was 26 million singles in the US or something like that. Like, there's so many, but the point is that the desire is already the confirmation that your person exists. So it's not that you have the desire to share your life with someone. It's that, and that you have to question that. Oh, well, yeah, but does that person exist? That's your mind going into the limitation. Skip the mind thing, have the desire, and go, yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't wait to create that. And I'm going to follow the breadcrumbs. I'm going to follow the pizza crust. I'm going to follow the like chunk of dumpling underneath the sink at the Thai place until I meet my one.
Yeah. I think that's great. And just like you said, when there's so many people, did you know that there's over 4,000 different species of just roaches? That's not even different species of different kinds of insects and bugs. So there's so many choices.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It's not your mind's job to try to figure that out. It's about you following the inspiration. And so there's more comments. So someone else says, cockroaches equal resilience. I think I found my new totem symbol. That's so cute.
Oh, wow.
See,
Oh,
you're
that's
already
so
famous.
nice.
See,
Oh,
you just manifested the spotlight. Did you not say that you wanted to be someone's totem spirit animal at some point? Didn't we talk about
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what a day. This is amazing. This truly is really amazing. Oh, I've just learned so much and gotten so much support from all the people that are watching. It makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. I really feel so much better being here, being around you and the people that come here too.
I love it too. And somebody else says, oh, yeah, you wouldn't have the desire if it didn't already exist and was meant for you. Awesome. So cool. Well, this is the time I want to share because there is an upcoming opportunity because I know, Kevin, you experienced heartache and sometimes it can be challenging to release that. And I know I revealed to you that I did purchase some cockroaches and that I was
Yeah.
have them fed to meerkats on Valentine's Day in service of those who would like to name a cockroach after their ex. And that, I still feel really bad about that now that
Well,
I know you.
But don't feel so bad because like I told you before, like we're the type of animal that we're willing to sacrifice ourselves if it's for the greater good. Like I was saying that there's other countries that they use us as a food source, and there's like cockroach farming
Yeah.
and it's used for medicine.
Yeah.
So if it's for the greater good and it sounds like what you're doing is helping people, then
Mhm.
it's okay. It's okay. Don't feel so bad.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, just to help me out, do you know other cockroaches that have like raised their hand to become food and stuff? I mean, I'm really kind of hoping you say yes.
Oh, yes, I have. I have. I know some other cockroaches that have said that they would go to another country. They've even volunteered themselves to even go to another country to help out with food supply, and they've said we're going to go, we're going to do it, enjoy the scenery, and then, you know, we'll move on and we'll have a life after. We'll have an afterlife. Is what they told me. So, I do know
Oh,
some. They go on these epic voyages. I've seen pictures. They've shown me pictures of where they're going to go. So, yeah,
I
I know
love
tons
that.
of cockroaches that have volunteered.
That's really comforting. That's really helpful. Okay. Well, then I'm not going to say you have to hide to plug your ears on this because I'm just
Okay.
going to tell people if you're okay with that.
Sure. Sure.
So for any of you out there who are, you know that there's something that has been bugging you in your life, and it may be an ex, it may be something else, it may be some other emotional thing that is holding you back from having the love that you want. Then go to bighappylove.com. I should probably have a banner for that. Maybe I'll quickly create one. You go to bighappylove.com, and let me just do it really quick. And then you can sign up to earn a chance to win a cockroach that will be named after whatever that is you want to release. And then it will be fed to meerkats on Valentine's Day. So go to this website and it's right at the top of the page. You can apply, you get to name your cockroach. To be honest, I was doing it as a raffle. I bought a lot of them. Let me just say, maybe that's what was happening, that there just was so many that volunteered. Could that have been the case? That was the case?
Yeah, I mean, it could be because I can tell you that even after the last time we talked, I told some of my friends about it and they were like, oh, I volunteer myself. I want to do it. So, makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm adding that to it. Yeah, I'm just saving that. We'll just show that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's the opportunity. And then I'd love to talk to you more. Let's just plan another coaching session that we can do and share with people more. And then anyone who's out there, what are your questions? Like, will you please share with us your questions on relationship, dating? And Kevin is here because he has no problem, which is kind of funny because what I knew about cockroaches is that they don't like the light, but you like
Well,
the spotlight.
yeah, I like the spotlight. What you said is true. Like typically we come out at night. This like
Yeah,
we're nocturnal. We come out at night, but I don't know. I like it. I like for people to see me, even if they scream. I'm like, well, you saw me. You saw me, and maybe they'll go tell someone. I don't. You never know who people
yeah,
know. So for
I
me,
know.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, I did see you on Saturday Night Live in the background. I
Oh
saw you.
yes, yes, yes. I
That
was
was
on the
good.
ground. Yeah, yeah,
In that restaurant scene.
yeah. I was on the ground in the restaurant scene, and it was really really cool. It was really cool.
You were I saw it and I loved it, and I'm a little starstruck myself being with you. So I am.
Oh, you're so sweet. You really are. You are. Anybody who doesn't know you is missing out. That's what I think.
Well, I'm so glad you're here and we will continue this. And so thanks everyone for being here. We have a couple thank yous. That's awesome. And we'll see you soon. We'll keep you posted. We're going to have more of these soon. So bye everyone.